I'm back. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to my July TBR. So for the month of July, I do have a pretty ambitious TBR here. I think I have about 12 books in all to talk about. This is probably extremely unrealistic considering the fact that I only read 9 books last month and this month is going to be even more busy, but I'm just so excited for all these books and I want to read them all right now. So they're going on my TBR. We're going to try our best. Maybe I'll have the most amazing reading month ever. Maybe I'll slump. Who knows? I do have quite a mix this month. I have got some romance, some literary fiction, of course a couple of thrillers, and I even have some fantasy this month. That is right, your gal might actually be getting back into fantasy. I know, no one saw it coming. But yeah, as I said, I have got about 12 books to talk about today, so I'm going to get through them as quickly as possible. I do have something in my eye, so if I keep blinking at you like this, it's because there's something in my eye and I can't get it out. So, you know, we troop on, So if you'd like to hear all about the books that I would like to read in, oh my god, my eye! So if you would like to hear all about the books that I would like to read in July, then just keep watching. Once again, I am going to apologise for the lighting. We are using natural light up in here, so it may waver. I may glow one second and be in shadows the next. Who knows? It's all fun and games. But the first book that I am so excited about reading this month because everyone and their mum is talking about it and I've got FOMO. I need to know what it's all about. That is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I actually picked this one up in The Works. The Works really have upped their game recently, let me tell you. Like, their deals on really good books, especially sort of like TikTok famous or booktube famous books, they have such a good selection. So yeah, I did get Book Lovers. I think it was like a £5, so not too shabby at all. But yeah, this will be my first Emily Henry book. I have not read anything by her before. I've heard mixed things about People We Meet on Vacation. I've heard mostly good things about Beach Read, but I've heard amazing things about Book Lovers, so I cannot wait to start it. I might even start today, who knows. So in this one we follow Nora and Charlie. Nora is a cutthroat literary agent. Charlie is an editor with a gift for creating bestsellers. She has been through many breakups and feels that she will never get to her happily ever after, and her sister persuades her to swap her city desk for a month's holiday in Sunshine Falls. And while she is there, she hopes to find some amazing guy straight out of a romance novel, but the person that she keeps bumping into is Charlie. And I believe this is an enemies to lovers. It's really funny, it's a little bit smutty, and people have just been flying through it. I mean, the tagline is one summer, 2 rivals, a plot twist they didn't see coming. I always love books that talk about books, so that is definitely a key selling point for me. But I'm also just really interested to see what I think of Emily Henry's writing. Next up, I have another romance, and that is Good Girl Complex by Elle. Again, I have heard conflicting things about this one. I'm not sure how good it's going to be, but I would like to give it a go. I recently read my first Elle Kennedy book and I loved it, so I would like to continue that. So this one I believe is like a friends to lovers. Mackenzie is a people pleaser. She always follows the rules. She really has dreams of her own, but in order to please her parents, she moves to the beachside town of Avalon Bay to get her college degree. And when she meets Cooper Hartley, her ability to suppress her wilder impulses is suddenly put to the test. They strike up this amazing friendship, and then Cooper realizes that she is not just another rich girl and begins to fall for her. However, when she starts to realize she might have feelings for him, I believe he has like a big secret that he's keeping from her that could threaten their whole relationship. That's what I get from the blurb. We shall see. But I am really excited about this one. I really hope I'm going to enjoy it. Definitely one to read in the sun. The next book on my July TBR is Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. This is actually our Patreon book club pick for July for my Patreon. I am really excited about reading this one. As always, I'll be reading it, filming a spoiler reading vlog for my patrons, and we'll be chatting about it in the Discord as well. So I'm just going to read the blurb for this one. It says, car headlights. The last thing Ash hears is a snap of breaking glass as the windscreen hits her and shatters into a million pieces like stars. But she made it. She's still here. Or is she? This New Year's Eve, Ash gets an invitation from the afterlife she can't decline to join a clan of fierce girl reapers who take the souls of the city's dead to await their fate. But Ash can't forget her first love, Poppy, and she will do anything to see her again, even if it means they only get a few more days together, dead or alive. So this is obviously a female-female romance, but also with that afterlife paranormal kind of part to it too. I haven't read too many sort of like afterlifey paranormal books, but the ones I have read I've really enjoyed, so I am definitely looking forward to this one. Next up, I actually have a trilogy, a fantasy romance trilogy. I know, who am I? But this is actually a trilogy. I think I read the first one back in high school and I was obsessed with it back when I was going through like my fantasy, vampire, romance, smut phase. I never finished the series and I feel like it's time I did. That is the Divine by series by PC Cast. So we have Divine by Mistake, Divine by Blood and Divine by Choice. In this one we follow Shannon Parker, who is just a normal girl until she finds herself flung into the world of Partholon and begins to be treated like a goddess. She has stepped into another's role in another world, and while there's an upside, who doesn't love lots of pampering, it also comes with a ritual marriage to a centaur and threats against her new people. Can Shannon survive this new world and ever find her way home? I just remember this one being super smutty, and I mean, I'm all about finding out how the heck centaur sex works, so yeah, really excited to read these ones. I think I'll try and read them one after the other, maybe in like a weekly vlog, and hopefully enjoy my time with them. Next up I have another fantasy series, and this is a vampire fantasy series. So you may remember last year one of my favourite books of the year was Mina and the Undead by McCaw, which follows Mina, who goes to New Orleans to visit her sister Libby, and while she is there people start getting killed in very suspicious circumstances, all seeming to replicate brutal supernatural killings that have happened in New Orleans in the past. So Mina and her friends start to investigate this. There's vampires, there's lots of 90s references, it's New Orleans, it's just a great time. I absolutely adored this book, and Amy very kindly sent me the second book, which is Mina and the Slayers. This one comes out in September, I believe, but I just can't wait any longer. So my plan is to read both of these one after the other again, get back into that 90s New Orleans vampire time, and I am so excited. I just can't wait to see what Mina has in store for her next. I'm not going to read the blurb because I don't want to know what happens next. I just want to read them both together and just have a great grand time, you know? Next up I have a couple of more literary fiction books. I believe both of these were recommended to me by the lovely Leah, who honestly all her recommendations are just absolutely stunning, so I'm very excited. The first one is Untold Night and Day by Suah. Finishing her last shift at Seoul's only audio theatre for the blind, Kim Ayami heads into the night with her former boss, searching for a missing friend. The following day she looks after a visiting poet, a man who is not as he seems. Unfolding over a night and day in the sweltering summer heat, their world's order gives way to chaos. The edges of reality start to fray and the past intrudes on the present in increasingly disorientating ways. Untold Night and Day is a hallucinatory feat of storytelling from one of the most radical voices in contemporary Korean literature. This one sounds incredible. It sounds like it's going to be such a sort of weird experience, which is honestly one of my favourite experiences when it comes to books. It's why I love Bunny so much. Like, that is the weirdest book I've ever read and nothing will ever compare to it, but I am really excited to read this. It's described as a fever dream, which is exactly how I described Bunny, so I'm hoping I'm going to love it. Also, the cover is just absolutely stunning. Like, wow. The next one is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Vuong. So this one says, this is a letter from a son to a mother who cannot read. Written when the speaker, Little Dog, is in his late 20s, the letter unearths a family's history that began before he was born. It tells of Vietnam, of the lasting impact of war, and of his family's struggle to forge a new future. And it serves as a doorway into parts of Little Dog's life his mother has never known. Episodes of bewilderment, fear and passion, all the while moving closer to an unforgettable revelation. This one sounds like it's going to be a very emotional read. It's supposed to be absolutely beautifully written, all about emotions and feelings, and I just think it's going to be absolutely incredible. Obviously these two are very different to the rest of the books on my TBR, but I feel like I need something to cut those up, so yeah. Hugely excited for this one, hoping I do not sob. Okay, we've only got a couple more books left, guys. It's fine. The next book I would like to read in July is a thriller. Of course, I cannot have a TBR without at least one thriller on it, and that is When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. This one I have wanted to read for I don't even know how long now, but it's finally time. I need to read it this month. I am so excited. So this one follows Sydney Green, who is Brooklyn born and raised, but her beloved neighbourhood seems to change every time she blinks. All of her neighbours are constantly moving in and out. There's this constant turnover of people, all moving to the suburbs. All of her neighbourhood past is disappearing. Everything is constantly changing. It's very much sort of looking into gentrification and ideas like that. But she finds a friend in her neighbour Theo, and the two of them then realise that something might be a little bit amiss in this neighbourhood. Their neighbours may not have moved to the suburbs after all, and the push to revitalise the community may be more deadly than advertised. That is all I know about this one, but I've heard it's super creepy. say it is a really good psychological thriller that keeps you on your toes the whole way through, and yeah, I just can't wait to read it. Finally, I have one more book, and this is very much a TBR veteran at this point. I do not know how many months I have put this book on my TBR, but I am committed to reading it this month, and that is Docile by Szpara. Obviously, I meant to read this in June for Whatever-thon because it is one of both Maddie and Christy's favourite books. It's supposed to be absolutely incredible. It is a science fiction parable about love and sex, wealth and debt, abuse and power, a challenging tour de force that at turns seduces and startles. This one is supposed to be a very traumatic read. I'm not going to go over the synopsis of it again because I don't know how many times I have now told you the synopsis of this because of how many TBRs this has been on. But just know I'm hugely excited for it. This one has every trigger warning known to humanity in it, so please think about that if you are thinking about picking it up yourself. But I'm so excited to finally get to it and be absolutely disturbed. That is it for my July TBR. I hope you are excited for all these books. I know I am. Please let me know if you have read any of them and what your thoughts were on them. I would love to know. I do plan on doing weekly reading vlogs this month, so you should be able to see all of my thoughts of these books throughout each week, and obviously in my wrap up at the end of the month as well. I'm really hoping I can actually get through a good amount of these. Like maybe all 12 is stretching it a little bit, but you never know. If you made it to the end of this video, pop the orange leaf emoji down below in ode to this beautiful cover, just to let me know that you made it to the end of this video and that you enjoyed your time here. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, then do please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more bookish content from me, comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all, and I will see you in my next one.